Captain Daeho Kim stood tall on the bridge of the Earth, ship Peacemaker *. Today was a big day for all humans. After years of sending messages into space, aliens had finally answered. Now his ship carried the first team from Earth to meet these aliens face to face. "Captain, we are 10 minutes from the meeting point," said Officer Min, who controlled the ship. Daeho nodded. "Thank you. Tell the team to get ready." He turned to look at Ji-Soo Park, his head of security. Ji-Soo checked her tablet one last time. "All systems are good, Captain," she said. "The diplomatic room is set up as they asked." "And our translator?" Daeho asked. "Han Bin is ready with the language tools. He has been studying their messages for months." Daeho felt proud of his team. Han Bin Lee was the best language expert on Earth. If anyone could talk to these aliens, it was him. The Peacemaker slowed as it reached the meeting point, a quiet part of space not far from Mars. Through the big front window, they saw the alien ship. It was 3 times bigger than theirs, with a smooth purple shell that seemed to glow. "It's beautiful," Ji-Soo whispered. A voice came through their speakers. The sounds were strange, clicks and hums mixed with words that seemed to change tone. Han Bin stepped forward, his face serious as he listened. "They are the Vexeri," he said. "They welcome us as new children of the stars." He frowned at this last part. "Tell them we come in peace and friendship," Daeho said. After Han Bin sent the message, the alien ship moved closer. A tube extended from it toward the Peacemaker *. "They want to come aboard using that connection tube," Han Bin said. "They say it is normal for first meetings." Ji-Soo looked worried. "Captain, we didn't plan for this." "It's okay," Daeho said. "Let's show them humans can be flexible. Connect the tube to door 5. 20 minutes later, Daeho stood with his team as the door opened. 3 Vexeri stepped into the ship. They walked on 4 legs, with 2 more limbs that looked like arms. Their skin was blue-gray, and their 3 eyes blinked at different times. They wore metal bands around their upper bodies that glowed with small lights. The middle alien stepped forward. A small device on its chest made a humming sound. "Greetings, humans," it said, the words coming from the device. "I am Ambassador Trelix. We are happy to welcome your kind to the Galactic Confederacy." Daeho bowed slightly. "Thank you, Ambassador. I am Captain Daeho Kim. This is Security Chief Ji-Soo Park and our language expert, Han Bin Lee." The meeting started well. They moved to the diplomatic room where food and drinks were set out. The aliens did not eat but seemed interested in watching the humans do so. They asked many questions about Earth, its resources, and human biology. "Your species is young," Trelix said, "but you have advanced quickly. The Confederacy has much to offer you." Han Bin was taking notes, looking excited. "Captain, their language has patterns similar to some Earth languages. I think I can learn it faster than we thought." That's when everything changed. Trelix suddenly stood taller. The lights on his metal band flashed. "Humans, you have shown adequate potential. As is our custom with new species, you are now under assessment." Before anyone could react, 6 more Vexeri entered the room. They carried long sticks that glowed at the tips. "What is happening?" Daeho demanded. "A simple procedure," Trelix said. "We will take some of your people for evaluation. Standard practice." Ji-Soo moved to block them, her hand going to her sidearm. "Captain, orders." But the Vexari were fast. The sticks touched Han Bin and 2 other crew members. They fell to the floor, not moving but still breathing. "Stop," Daeho shouted. "Payment details will follow," Trelix said calmly, as if this was normal business. "Your people will be returned once you prove your worth to the Confederacy." The Vexari dragged Han Bin and the others away. When Daeho and Ji-Soo tried to follow, the aliens pointed their sticks at them. "This is kidnapping," Daeho said, his voice hard. Trelix blinked his 3 eyes in sequence. "No, Captain. This is diplomacy." He placed a small crystal device on the table. Instructions for ransom will come through this. We look forward to your cooperation. Then they were gone, taking Hanbin and the others with them. Jisoo turned to Daho, her face pale with anger. Captain, what do we do now? Daho picked up the crystal device, his jaw tight. We call Earth. And then we show these aliens that humans don't do ransom payments. The big room was quiet as Daho finished telling what happened. 12 men and women sat around a long table at the United Nations Space Command on Earth. Their faces showed shock and anger. Admiral Ta Wu Choi stood up. He was an older man with gray hair and a straight back. His eyes were hard as he looked at the video of the alien ship leaving. So these Vexeri took our people and expect us to pay to get them back, he said. Yes, sir, Daho replied. They left this device. He placed the crystal on the table. It glowed with a soft blue light. A woman with short black hair raised her hand. Captain Kim, I'm Sun Mi Kang, intelligence officer. We've been studying all the messages from the Vexari. There's something you should know. She tapped on her tablet, and a big screen on the wall lit up. It showed pictures of different alien races. The Vexari aren't the only aliens in this galactic confederacy, Sun Mi explained. There are at least 20 different species, and from what we can tell, taking people for ransom is normal for them. The room filled with angry voices. Admiral Ta Wu raised his hand for quiet. Go on, Officer Kang, he said. Sun Mi nodded. The Vexari are known for this. They take people from new species they meet. Then they watch how the new species responds. It's a test. A test of what? Jisoo asked. She had not left Daho's side since they returned to Earth. A test of resources, problem-solving, and values, Sun Mi said. Most species pay whatever the Vexari ask. That's how they join the Confederacy. Daho frowned. So this is just business to them. Taking our people is just normal. It seems so, Sun Mi said. But that doesn't mean we have to play by their rules. The crystal on the table suddenly glowed brighter. A voice came from it. The same clicking and humming sounds they had heard before. Then it changed to words. Greetings, humans. You have 5 Earth days to prepare payment for your people. We require the following. 500 units of your element gold, 300 units of the medicine you call penicillin, and full access to your planet's communication systems. The room was quiet again. The demands were huge. They want our gold, our medicine, and control of our communications, Jisoo said. That's not a ransom. That's surrender. Admiral Ta Wu walked around the table slowly. What happens if a species doesn't pay? He asked Sun Mi. She looked down at her tablet. That's unclear, sir. It seems most species just pay. Well, we're not most species, the Admiral said. His voice was calm but firm. Humans don't do ransom payments. He turned to Daho. Captain Kim, I'm giving you a new mission. You will get our people back, but not by paying these aliens. Daho stood straighter. What's the plan, sir? You're going to show these Vexeri how humans respond to threats. The Admiral looked around the room. We need a team. The best we have. Jisoo stepped forward. I volunteer to lead the field operation. Sir. Sun Mi raised her hand. I can continue analyzing their communications and find weaknesses. The Admiral nodded. Good. We also need someone who can hack alien systems. I know just the person, Daho said. Han Mu-baek. He was military before he went private. He can get into any system. And we need someone who knows extraction missions. Jisoo added. Jum Seo-yoon from Special Forces. He's the best at getting people out of bad situations. The Admiral looked at the crystal, which had stopped glowing. Then it settled. Captain Kim, you have full authority to assemble your team and plan this mission. He picked up the crystal device. Send a message to these Vexeri. Tell them we're considering their offer. We need time to stall while we prepare. Daho took the crystal. And what if they hurt our people, sir? The Admiral's eyes were cold. Then they'll learn another human trait these aliens don't seem to know about yet. What's that, sir? Jisoo asked. Revenge, he said simply. Now go get our people back and show these aliens that kidnapping humans was the worst mistake they could make. Daeho and Jisoo nodded and left the room. They had work to do and not much time. Hanbin and the others were counting on them. As they walked, Daeho thought about Hanbin. His friend was smart and brave. He hoped the aliens were treating him well. Either way, the Vexari were about to learn an important lesson about humans. Daeho looked around the room at his new team. They had taken over a small building near the spaceport. The walls were covered with pictures of the Vexari ship and notes about alien technology. Jisoo stood by a map of space, marking the last known position of the alien ship. Next to her was Jun Seo-yoon, a man with short hair and quiet eyes. He didn't talk much, but when he did, everyone listened. Jun Seo had been in 30 rescue missions on Earth. People call him the Ghost because he could get in and out of any place without being seen. Across the room, a man with messy hair and a wrinkled shirt typed quickly on 3 computers at once. This was Han-woo Baek, the hacker. He had been working for 2 days straight, trying to understand the alien crystal. Anything yet? Daeho asked him. Hyunwoo held up a finger. Almost. There. His face lit up with a smile. Captain, I think I can use this crystal to send messages, but also to listen to their ship talks. You can spy on them. Jisoo asked, walking over. Better, Hyunwoo said. I think I can get into their computer systems. These aliens are advanced, but they have no idea how good humans are at breaking into things. The door opened, and Sunmai walked in carrying a large tablet. I have news, she said. I found a pattern in all our data about the Confederacy. Everyone gathered around the big table in the middle of the room. The Vexari and other aliens always underestimate new species, Sunmai explained. She showed pictures of different alien ships. They think any race that hasn't traveled faster than light, yet must be simple and weak. We can use that, Daeho said. Sunmai nodded. There's more. They don't move prisoners to their homeworlds right away. They keep them on their diplomatic ships for at least 2 weeks. So Hanbin and the others are still on the ship that took them, Jisoo said. Exactly. Sunmai pointed to a star map. And I think I know where they're going. There's a Confederacy meeting point in this area. The Vexari ship is probably heading there to show off their new human prizes. Jun Seo spoke for the first time. His voice was soft but clear. If we know where they're going, we can get there first and prepare. Daeho turned to Hyunwoo. Can you make it look like we're getting ready to pay them, just to keep them talking? Easy, Hyunwoo said with a grin. I'll send messages asking questions about the gold amount and how to deliver it. That should make them think we're going to pay. Good. Daeho looked at each person in the room. Here's the plan. We take the Peacemaker and get to that meeting point before the Vexari. We pretend we want to start payment talks. Jisoo continued. While the captain keeps their leaders busy, Jun Seo and I will take a small team onto their ship through their own docking tube. I'll hack into their systems during the meeting. Hanwoo added. I can probably shut down their internal alarms for a short time. How do we find our people once we're inside? Jun Seo asked. Sunmai pulled up a rough map on her tablet. Based on what we know about their ships, prisoners would likely be kept in the lower sections, away from their important areas. Jun Seo nodded. I'll bring special tools to cut through doors if needed. What about weapons? Jisoo asked. Daeho thought for a moment. Non-lethal only. We don't want to start a war. We just want our people back. And if they fight? Jun Seo asked. Then you do what you need to survive and complete the mission, Daeho said firmly. But remember, we're showing them who humans are. We're not killers. We're just not people who can be pushed around. Everyone nodded. They understood. We leave in 6 hours, Daeho said. The Peacemaker is being prepared with some special additions that the Vexari won't expect. As the team went back to work, Daho stepped outside for a moment. He looked up at the stars, thinking about Hanbin and the others out there. His friend had always wanted to talk to aliens. Now he was with them, but not in the way he had hoped. "We're coming," Daho whispered to the sky, "and we're going to teach these aliens an important lesson about humanity." Behind him, his team worked through the night, preparing for a rescue mission unlike any in human history. The room was dark except for the blue light from computer screens. Hyunwoo sat hunched over the alien crystal, which was now connected to his computers with special wires. His fingers moved quickly over the keyboard while the others watched. "I'm in," he said with a smile. Their system security is good, but they never expected someone to hack through their own communication device. Daho leaned closer. "What can you see?" "Everything," Hyunwoo said. "Ship maps, crew information, and—" He paused, his face serious. "I found where they're keeping our people." Jisoo and Junseo moved closer. On the screen was a map of the Vexari ship. A small area on a lower level was marked in red. "Are they okay?" Daho asked. Hyunwoo typed some more. "Let me see if I can access their cameras." The screen changed to show a room with 3 beds. Hanbin and the other 2 crew members sat there, looking tired but alive. "They're alive," Jisoo said with relief. "But they don't look good," Junseo noted. "We need to move fast." Hyunwoo pointed to the screen. "The Vexari are running tests on them. Not physical tests. They're asking questions, showing images, studying how humans think." "Can we hear what they're saying?" Daho asked. Hyunwoo shook his head. "No sound, but I can access their test records." He opened another file on his screen. They're surprised by Hanbin. He's confusing them with his answers. Sunmei looked at the data. It seems Hanbin figured out what they're doing. He's giving them strange or conflicting answers on purpose. Daho smiled. "That's Hanbin. Always the clever one. I need to send another message to make them think we're preparing payment," Hyunwoo said. He typed a new message and sent it through the crystal. "This should buy us more time." The crystal glowed and a reply came quickly. "The Vexari say they're pleased we're cooperating." Hyunwoo translated. "They'll meet us at these coordinates in 2 days." Sunmei checked the location. "That's where I thought they were heading. It's a quiet area of space near Jupiter." "Good," Daho said. "That gives us time to prepare. What else can you find out about their ship?" Hyunwoo dug deeper into the alien systems. Their security is focused on energy weapons and large attacks. They don't seem worried about small teams or physical breaches. "They don't expect us to come for our people," Jisoo said. "They think we'll just pay." "That's our advantage," Junseo said. "I've been working on these." He opened a case to show small devices that looked like metal discs. "Magnetic climbers. We can use these to move along the outside of their ship if needed." Daho nodded. "What about their crew? How many are we dealing with?" Hyunwoo checked the data. "About 50 Vexari on the ship. Most are in the upper levels. Only 3 guards near our people." "We can handle 3, Jisoo said confidently. As they planned, a warning flashed on Hyunwoo's screen. "They're scanning the communication channel," he said quickly. "I need to disconnect before they detect us." He pulled the wires from the crystal, which stopped glowing. "Did they notice?" Daho asked. "I don't think so," Hyunwoo said, wiping sweat from his forehead. "But we should be careful how much we use this thing now." "We have what we need," Daho said. "Ship layout, guard positions, and we know our people are alive." Junseo studied the ship maps that Hyunwoo had copied. "I can plan our entry and exit routes now. We'll need special tools for these doors." Jisoo checked her watch. "The Peacemaker will be ready in 4 hours. The engineers added the hidden compartments we asked for." "Good," Daho said. "Prepare your team. Jisoo, take only our best people." "What about weapons?" she asked. Stun guns only, Daho replied. But bring the special equipment we discussed. The Vexari might be surprised by what humans can do. As the others went to work, Daho looked once more at the frozen image of Hanbin on the screen. His friend looked tired, but there was still fire in his eyes. "Hold on," he whispered. "We're coming for you." Behind him, the rescue team prepared for a mission that would show the galaxy what happens when aliens underestimate humans. The Peacemaker moved slowly through space. Through the front window, the crew could see the large purple Vexari ship waiting for them. It was even bigger than Daho remembered. "Are you ready?" Daho asked, looking at Jisoo and Junseo. They wore black suits made of special material that would hide them from the alien sensors. "Ready, Captain," Jisoo said. Her team of 4 people checked their equipment one last time. They each carried stun guns, cutting tools, and the small disc climbers that Junseo had made. "Remember the plan," Daho said. "I will keep the Vexari ambassador busy with payment talks. During that time, you will enter their ship through the lower maintenance hatch that Hyunwoo found on the map." Junseo nodded. "Once inside, we move to level 3 where they're keeping Hanbin and the others. We should have 30 minutes before they notice anything wrong." Hyunwoo sat at his computer station. "I'll try to disable their internal sensors when you're inside, but I can only keep them down for about 10 minutes. After that, you'll need to move fast." "Understood," Jisoo said. She put a small device in her ear. "These will let us talk to each other." The ship's radio crackled. A Vexari voice came through, speaking in that strange mix of clicks and words. "Human vessel, you may approach and connect." Daho pressed a button to answer. "Thank you. We are coming to discuss the payment as agreed." He turned to his team one last time. "Good luck. Bring our people home." Jisoo and her team moved to the lower level of the Peacemaker where a small door opened into space. They checked their suits, which would protect them in the vacuum and keep them hidden. Meanwhile, Daho walked to the meeting room. He carried a small box that looked like it might hold valuable items. It was empty, but the Vexari didn't know that. The 2 ships connected with a long tube. 3 Vexari came aboard, including Ambassador Trilix. "Captain Kim," Trilix said, his 3 eyes blinking in that strange pattern. "We are pleased you have chosen the wise path of cooperation." Daho forced a smile. "We wish to discuss the details of your request." He placed the box on the table. "I've brought samples of what we can offer." While Daho kept the aliens busy, Jisoo and her team exited through the small door. They pushed off from the Peacemaker and floated through space toward the Vexari ship. The purple hull grew larger as they approached. "There," Junseo said quietly into his radio. He pointed to a round hatch on the bottom of the alien ship. "That's our way in." They used the disc climbers to attach themselves to the ship's hull. Junseo took out a small tool and placed it against the hatch controls. The tool made a soft humming sound, and the hatch slowly opened. "We're in," Jisoo whispered into her radio. Back on the Peacemaker Hyunwoo heard her and began typing quickly. "Disabling their internal sensors now," he said. "You have 10 minutes." Inside the Vexari ship, Jisoo and her team moved through narrow passages. The walls were smooth and purple, with strange symbols glowing on them. They followed the map that Hyunwoo had found, staying hidden in shadows when Vexari walked by. 2 levels up, Junseo said, pointing to a ladder-like structure on the wall. They climbed quickly, moving deeper into the alien ship. The air was different here, slightly sweet and thick. On level 3, they paused at a corner. Ahead was the room where Hanbin and the others were being kept. 2 Vexari guards stood outside. "How do we get past them?" one team member asked. Jisoo took out her stun gun. "We do this quickly and quietly." Junseo held up his hand. "Wait. Look." He pointed to a panel on the wall. "That's a control panel for their air system. If I can reach it." He moved silently along the wall. staying in the shadows. When he reached the panel, he attached a small device to it. Seconds later, a soft hissing sound came from the vents near the guards. The Vexari looked around, confused. Then they began to sway. Their three eyes blinked rapidly before they slumped to the floor. Asleep. Fast-acting sleep gas, Jun Seo explained as the team moved forward. They'll wake up in 20 minutes. Jisoo reached the door and used another tool to open it. The door slid aside, revealing Hanbin and the two crew members sitting on beds. They looked up in surprise. "Time to go home," Jisoo said with a smile. Hanbin's tired face broke into a grin. "What took you so long?" Hanbin looked thin and tired, but his eyes were bright. The other two crew members, Officer Lee and Dr. Kim, sat nearby. They all looked surprised to see the rescue team. "Can you walk?" Jisoo asked, helping Hanbin stand. "Yes," he said. "They didn't hurt us. They just asked many questions and showed us strange pictures." Jun Seo checked the hallway. "Clear for now, but we need to move fast." "Wait," Hanbin said. He pointed to a desk in the corner. "There's something you should see." He walked to the desk and picked up a small purple tablet. "This is their data device. It has information about all the aliens in the Confederacy. I watched them use it." Jisoo took the tablet. "Can you work it?" Hanbin nodded. "I figured out some of it. They think humans are too simple to understand their technology, but I learned how to use this while they weren't looking." "Good work," Jisoo said. "Let's go." The team moved into the hallway, helping the three rescued crew members. Jun Seo led the way, checking each corner before they moved forward. "How did you resist their tests?" one team member asked Hanbin as they walked. Hanbin smiled weakly. "Their tests assume all species think like they do. When they showed me a picture and asked what I saw, I said things they didn't expect. It confused them." "Hanwoo, we have them," Jisoo said into her radio. "We're heading back to the extraction point." "Hurry." Hanwoo's voice came back. "Sensors will be back online in 3 minutes." The group moved quickly through the ship's narrow passages. When they reached level 2, an alarm suddenly sounded. Red lights flashed along the walls. "They know," Jun Seo said. "Move faster." As they turned a corner, 2 Vexari appeared ahead. The aliens were tall and moved on their 4 legs, their upper limbs holding long sticks. "Stop," one Vexari called out. Jisoo stepped forward, her stun gun ready. "We don't want to hurt you." The Vexari aimed their sticks. The ends began to glow blue. Jun Seo pushed everyone back around the corner just as beams of blue light shot past. The wall where they had been standing moments before turned black and smoking. "So much for not hurting us," Hanbin said. Jisoo looked at the team. "New plan." "Jun Seo, is there another way to level 1? Jun Seo checked the map they had memorized. "There's a service shaft 3 doors down. It goes all the way to the bottom level." "Let's go," Jisoo said. They moved quickly, staying close to the wall. When more Vexari appeared behind them, Jisoo and another team member fired their stun guns. The aliens fell to the floor, not hurt but unable to move. "Here," Jun Seo said, pointing to a small door in the wall. He used his tools to open it, revealing a narrow shaft with ladder-like rungs. "Everyone in," Jisoo ordered. "Hanbin, you first. We'll cover you." One by one, they entered the shaft and climbed down. The alarm continued to sound throughout the ship. More Vexari voices could be heard shouting orders. "Daho, we have a situation," Jisoo said into her radio. "We have our people, but the Vexari know we're here." On the Peacemaker Daho sat across from Ambassador Trilix. When he heard Jisoo's message, he stood up. "Is something wrong, Captain?" Trilix asked, his 3 eyes watching closely. "Yes," Daho said. "You took our people. That was wrong." Trilix seemed confused. "It is standard procedure for..." "Not for humans." Daho cut him off. Humans don't do ransom payments. We take care of our own. At that moment, alarms began to sound on the Vexari ship. Trilix's communication device buzzed with urgent messages. "What have you done?" Trilix demanded, standing up. "What you should have expected," Daho said calmly. "Now we can do this the easy way, or we can show you what humans are really capable of when threatened." Back in the service shaft, Jisoo and the team reached the bottom level. They could see the maintenance hatch just ahead, their way out. "Almost there," Jisoo said. Suddenly, the door at the end of the corridor opened. 3 more Vexari stood there, blocking their escape. Han Bin stepped forward, surprising everyone. He held the purple tablet in his hands and began to speak in the clicking, humming language of the Vexari. The aliens paused, looking at each other in confusion. "What did you say to them?" Jisoo asked. Han Bin smiled. "I told them I am a human language expert who learned their language, and that I just activated their ship's self-destruct sequence." "You can do that?" Jisoo asked in surprise. "No," Han Bin whispered. "But they don't know that." Han Bin's bluff worked. The 3 Vexari guards stepped back, talking quickly to each other in their clicking language. They seemed scared. "Now," Jisoo whispered. The team moved forward quickly, pushing past the confused aliens. Junseo reached the maintenance hatch and opened it. Cold space waited on the other side. One by one, the team attached their magnetic climbers to their suits and moved outside the ship. They pushed off from the hull, floating through space back toward the Peacemaker *. "We're out," Jisoo reported through her radio. "All of us. Heading home now." On the Peacemaker *, Daho heard the message and allowed himself a small smile. Then he turned back to Ambassador Trilix, who was receiving reports from his own people. "You tricked us," Trilix said, his voice angry. "You pretended to negotiate while your people invaded our ship. Just like you pretended to be friendly visitors before taking our people," Daho replied calmly. "We are simply returning what belongs to us." The other Vexari in the room moved closer to Trilix, their posture threatening. Daho's crew members stepped forward, ready to protect their captain. "This is a serious violation of Confederacy protocols," Trilix said. "No species has ever dared to do this." "Then consider it a first," Daho said. "Humans protect their own. We don't pay ransoms to kidnappers." Outside, Jisoo and her team reached the Peacemaker * and entered through the small door. Medical staff waited to help Han Bin and the other rescued crew members. "Get them to the medical bay," Jisoo ordered. Then she and Junseo hurried to the bridge to join Daho. When they entered the meeting room, they found Daho and Trilix in a tense standoff. 6 Vexari faced an equal number of human crew members across the room. "Ah, here are my officers now," Daho said, as if this was a normal meeting. "Jisoo, please tell Ambassador Trilix about what you found on his ship." Jisoo stepped forward. "We found our people being held against their will. We also found this." She held up the purple tablet Han Bin had taken. Trilix's 3 eyes widened. "That is Confederacy property. You must return it immediately." "Actually," Han Bin said, walking into the room despite the medical staff's protests, "I've been reading it. Very interesting things on here." He tapped the tablet, and strange symbols appeared on its screen. For example, it says here that taking prisoners from new species requires approval from the Confederacy Council first. "Did you get that approval, Ambassador?" Trilix's skin changed color slightly, from blue-gray to a deeper blue. "That is internal Confederacy business. It also says that test subjects must be properly fed and allowed to communicate with their home world." Han Bin continued. "We were given very little food and no communication." Daho looked at Trilix. "It seems you violated your own rules, Ambassador." "This is outrageous," Trilix said, but his voice was less certain now. "Return our property, and we will forget this incident." "No," Daho said. We will be keeping this tablet. Consider it payment for your hospitality." He nodded to his crew. "Please escort our guests back to their ship. Their business here is finished." "This is not over, human," Trilix said as his guards moved toward the connection tube. "The Confederacy will hear of this insult." "Good," Daho replied. "Make sure they hear all of it, including how you broke your own rules and how humans respond to kidnapping." When the Vexeri had left and the connection tube was closed, the crew of the Peacemaker cheered. Jisoo put a hand on Daho's shoulder. "What now, Captain? They won't just let us go." Daho looked at the large purple ship still hovering outside. "Now we wait. They're probably calling for help right now." "Should we run?" Junseo asked. "No," Daho said. "Humans don't run. We've done nothing wrong, and soon they'll learn another lesson about humans." "What's that?" Jisoo asked. Daho smiled. "That we don't come to a fight alone." As if on cue, the ship's radar beeped. Hyunwoo checked the screen and grinned. "3 ships just appeared at the edge of our sensor range," he said. "They're ours. Admiral Towu is here." Daho looked out at the stars. "Now we teach the Confederacy what happens when you mess with Earth." 3 Earth ships appeared in space near the Peacemaker. They were larger than Daho's ship, with sleek, dark hulls and visible weapon systems. The ships moved into a formation around the Peacemaker, protecting it from the Vexeri vessel. The largest Earth ship opened communication. Admiral Tawu's face appeared on the Peacemaker's main screen. "Captain Kim, I see you've had an eventful day," the Admiral said with a slight smile. "Are our people safe?" "Yes, Admiral," Daho replied. "All 3 crew members have been rescued. Han Bin even brought us some valuable Confederacy information." The Admiral nodded. "Good work. Now let's finish this." He turned to someone off-screen. "Open communication with the Vexeri ship." The screen split to show Ambassador Trelix on his own ship. The Vexeri looked agitated, his skin now a deep blue color. "This is Admiral Tawu Choi of Earth," the Admiral said formally. "I understand you took our people without permission." "This is an internal Confederacy matter," Trelix replied. "Your species must learn to respect galactic protocols." "Respect." The Admiral's voice was calm but firm. "You speak of respect while kidnapping our people. That is not how humans define respect." Trelix seemed surprised by the Admiral's tone. "The taking of assessment subjects is standard practice. All species go through this." "Not anymore," the Admiral said. "Not with humans." He pressed a button, and his image was replaced by a view of the Earth ships. They were impressive against the backdrop of space, their weapons clearly visible. "We came prepared for this meeting," the Admiral continued. "Captain Kim has informed me that you violated your own rules during this incident, so now we will establish new rules." Sun Me stepped onto the bridge of the Peacemaker, carrying a data pad. "Captain, I've analyzed the information from Han Bin's tablet. There's something you should see." Daho looked at the pad, then smiled. He opened the communication channel again. "Ambassador Trelix, we've learned that the Confederacy has communication frequencies that reach all member species. Is that correct?" Trelix's 3 eyes blinked rapidly. "Yes, but those are for official use only." "Good," Daho said, "because we have an official message for the entire Confederacy." He nodded to Sunmai, who began typing on her computer. "I'm accessing their broadcast system now," she said. The tablet had the access codes. Trelix became agitated. "You cannot do this. Stop immediately." Admiral Tawu's face appeared again. "This is Admiral Tawu Choi of Earth, sending a message to all species of the Galactic Confederacy." His voice was strong and clear. "Humanity does not pay ransoms. We retrieve our people. Any future attempts to capture human beings will be met with immediate and proportional response." The message played on all frequencies, in multiple alien languages that Han Bin had helped translate. Sunmay made sure it reached every corner of the Confederacy's communication network. "You have no right," Trilix said, his voice shaking with anger. "The Confederacy will respond to this insult." "No," Daho said. "They will respond to your failure. You broke your own rules. You kidnapped people from a species you knew nothing about. And now you face the consequences." The Vexeri ship's engines began to glow. More Vexeri voices could be heard speaking quickly in the background of Trilix's transmission. "Are they preparing to attack?" Jisoo asked quietly. "No," Hanbin said, studying the purple ship. "Those are emergency power signals. They're afraid." Admiral Tawu spoke again. "Ambassador Trilix, you are welcome to report this incident to your superiors. In fact, we encourage it. Let the Confederacy know that Earth is open to peaceful relations, but we will not be bullied or extorted." The Vexeri ship began to move away slowly. "They're leaving," Hanwoo said from his station. "Let them go," Daho said. "They have a message to deliver." As the purple ship disappeared into the distance, the crew of the Peacemaker gathered on the bridge. Hanbin, looking better after medical treatment, stood next to Daho. "Do you think they understood our message?" he asked. Daho looked at the stars where the Vexeri ship had been. "I think the whole galaxy just learned an important lesson about humans." Admiral Tawu nodded on the screen. "And this is just the beginning of our story in the stars." 6 months had passed since the rescue mission. The Earth ship Harmony floated near a large space station. This station was built by many alien species working together. It was where the Galactic Confederacy held important meetings. Hanbin stood by the window in his new uniform. The stars looked different from here, so far from Earth. He had recovered from his time as a prisoner and now had a new job as Earth's chief translator. "Are you ready?" Daho asked, walking up beside him. Daho was now a commander, in charge of Earth's diplomatic fleet. "Yes," Hanbin said. "But it still feels strange to be going back to meet aliens after what happened." "This time is different," Daho said. "This time we meet as equals." The door opened and Jisoo entered. She wore the uniform of Earth's security forces, with new medals on her chest for the rescue mission. "The shuttle is ready," she said. "Admiral Tawu is waiting for us." Together, they walked to the shuttle bay. A small ship waited to take them to the space station. Sunmai was already inside, surrounded by screens showing information about the different alien species they would meet. "Latest reports from the station," she said as they entered. 6 species will attend the meeting. The Vexeri are not among them." "Not surprising," Hanbin said with a smile. "They lost much respect after our encounter." The shuttle left the Harmony and flew toward the space station. It was a beautiful structure, with sections built in different alien styles, all connected in the center. "I studied all their languages," Hanbin said, looking at his notes. "Though I'm still working on the Centauri clicks." "You'll do fine," Daho assured him. When they arrived at the station, a group of aliens waited for them. They were all different shapes and colors. Some had many eyes. Others had strange limbs or skin that changed colors. "Welcome, humans," said a tall green alien with 4 arms. "I am Coordinator Jules of the Bentari. We are honored to host this historic meeting." Hanbin translated, though many of the aliens seemed to understand English. "The honor is ours," Admiral Tawu replied. "Earth looks forward to peaceful relations with all Confederacy species." The aliens led them to a large round room with a table in the center. Representatives from each species sat around it. There was an empty space where the Vexeri would normally sit. As the meeting began, a small blue alien leaned toward Hanbin. "Your species did something remarkable," it said in broken English. "Many of us have lost people to the ransom practice, but none dared to challenge it." "It wasn't right," Hanbin said simply. "Humans help each other." "We have much to learn from each other," the alien replied. The meeting went well. The aliens asked many questions about Earth and humans. They were especially interested in human art, music, and stories. Han Bin explained these things, feeling proud of his planet. Near the end of the meeting, Admiral Ta Wu stood up. Today marks a new chapter for humanity. We come to the stars not as conquerors or victims, but as friends and partners. We ask only for respect and offer the same in return. The alien representatives made sounds of agreement. The Bentari coordinator spoke again. The Confederacy acknowledges Earth's unique approach. We have established new diplomatic protocols for human interactions. No more assessment takings will be permitted. Han Bin smiled as he translated. 6 months ago, he had been a prisoner on an alien ship. Now he was helping to change how the entire galaxy worked. After the meeting, they returned to the Harmony *. On the bridge, Daho received a message from Earth Command. He read it and turned to his crew. "We have new orders," he said. "We're to continue exploring Confederacy space. There are more species to meet, more friends to make. And if we meet the Vexari again?" Jisoo asked. Daho smiled. "Then we'll remind them of the lesson they learned. Humans don't do ransom payments. We stand together. We protect our own. And we've earned our place among the stars." As the Harmony prepared to leave, Han Bin looked out at the space station, the alien ships, and the endless stars beyond. Humanity's story in the galaxy was just beginning. And thanks to their stand against the Vexari, it was starting with respect. The end.